Well, good evening, folks, and welcome back. This is Papa D coming to you again live and in person from the free state of Florida. It's been a while since we've been on the stream. Uh, Life sometimes gets in the way, important things to do, and we try to get up whenever we can, but we are back and ready to rock. Angela and I are going to come in tonight and kind of have a impromptu discussion of the updates of what's been going on. Certainly, the events of the last week, as you saw from the header that I put up. We are Charlie Kirk, and this is the turning point. We've had a horrible week. Uh, we'll talk more about that, and you've all heard probably more than you wanted to hear, but there's much more of the story to come out. And I just want to start off by saying that we will miss Charlie dearly. Uh, he was visionary. He was a lot of things, and he brought a lot of the youth into this crazy world of politics and just tried to do the right thing. And unfortunately, was assassinated for words. And it's not the first time in our history it's happened. And he will live on. His beautiful wife, Erica, has taken the reins and will, I know, continue to lead the movement in the right direction. So with that, I'd just like to pass along, as many millions of others have around the world, my condolences, my prayers. And I know that Charlie's up there, as his wife so tear-jerking way, but he's up there having a conference, a business luncheon, business meeting with Jesus to help pay for that blueberry budget. So, thoughts and prayers to everyone in the organization, Emily, the children, and the family, and to us for what we continue to endure. With that, I'm going to bring Angela in real quick. And Angela, as you remember, my counterpart in crime, coming to us live from Tennessee. Let's see with the magic buttons if we can make it happen. Angela.
Can you hear me?
I got you.
Hey,
Welcome back in.
it's good to be back.
Absolutely. I'm working on
It's a little weird. It's been a while, you guys. Bear with us.
It's been a while, but we got this, and we are glad to be back. I'm going to work on a couple buttons here, Ange. I had to do a couple resets to get us up to
Okay.
date here. So if you want to kick in here for a moment, I just need a second to push a couple magic buttons, and we will be ready to roll.
All right, sounds good. So like you were saying, this whole thing I think it's woken a lot of people up, and for a good reason. I think if any positivity could come after a tragedy, I think it's the fact that so many people over the last week that I've seen online have decided to go back to church after a really, really, really long time of not going to church. And, or just praying, reading, getting their Bible out of their closet or off their bookshelf and, wiping the dust off. I think because of what Charlie said in a previous video that he had made a couple months prior to the shooting, I think everything that he wanted to be remembered for is working every day. People are waking up and realizing, maybe we need more of God and less division and less hate, like just this sinister hatred coming from people. And it's really, it's scary. I've never seen anything like this in my life, to this level. And to see more and more people coming out and saying, We could take the anger route. We could, and we're all angry. Make no mistake about that. We could stay in that space and just be angry and hateful and the what ifs and the whys and all those things, but it's not going to change the facts, unfortunately. And so
That
the
is
only thing
correct.
we can do while we're here, right, is to come together. And the way that we know as humans to come together is in one of those ways, I should say, is going to church or meeting up for the prayer vigils or, grieving together and getting through it as a family. I think is what Charlie would have wanted. I think it's what Erica wants for, the future for everybody. And she's going to continue as the new CEO of Turning Point. So I think that's incredible. I think she's going to do an amazing job. She is a very, very strong woman. I don't know if I could get in front of a camera several days after my husband died in the way that he died and talk in such a poised way, getting her point across, looking into the camera the way that she did, and you felt every single word of what that woman
Hmm.
said. And if you weren't crying watching that, or at least getting teary eyed, I don't know what to tell you, but I was bawling like a baby. Um,
Yeah, if that didn't
but
hit you somewhere, you don't have a heart. There's just no
right,
two ways around it. And
she's
it came.
she's
I
grieving
mean,
for her for she's
yeah,
she's a mess. I mean, you saw when JD Vance, that's when for me, I mean, obviously, we've all been crying and praying and all of those things. And it's totally normal. Don't feel like you can't be emotional because you absolutely can. It's human nature. But when I saw JD walking with Charlie's casket and you look over and you see Erica and you see Usha and the distraught look on that woman's face, I can't even imagine what was
no,
going through her head seeing that. You don't ever think that you would ever see that in your lifetime.
no, not
Nobody
at all.
ever anticipates anything like that happening to a loved one.
But
You
at the
can't
same
think like
time,
that.
Ange, there were two things coming at you, two emotions coming at you. You had the grieving widow, like you said, just totally tore up inside, that was holding her composure together and giving a,
Hmm.
I don't want to call it a speech, but giving a she was giving us a talking to in a way that I couldn't even imagine. And on the top of that, you have a woman that when it was over, I looked at your mother and I said, "The world's got to fear this woman. The anger, the controlled anger that she's going to turn into the energy that's going to continue on Turning Point, having Turning Point continuing on, is earth shattering." And when she made the
Hmm.
remark about fearing the widow, I got chills.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
same.
she is a force to be reckoned with, and as Charlie said many times, uh, he chose her because of that. She's a great mother, she's a great partner, and she is a strong woman that could carry on if. And he knew that something like this could happen. I think he
Right, I think they
anticipated it
both did.
happening, from what I have been hearing from some of the people close to him. That he was.
Hmm.
I hate to say it this way, but I think he was waiting for it, and but he
Well,
was not going to give up the fight. And as I said to one of my neighbors here, uh, we were talking the other day about this, and I said I would never in a million years try to make a comparison of Charlie to the second rising of Christ. I would never in a million years to do that because that's just insane. But with
right.
that being said, the the degree at which the things that Charlie accomplished, like you said, getting people to go back to church, getting young people back in to where they actually picked up a Bible and
Hmm.
knew what it was and read it, getting them to come into politics and try to be a force instead of being an impediment. Another great man that started that started Christianity got killed for his words too. And again, I'm not making a comparison here and saying, well, he's robed in white and he's coming back down. No, that's not the way it works. But he has been able. Let me. Oop, I lost my screen here. There we are. Something weird was happening there. I My machine has. That's Charlie. Thanks, Charlie.
Right? Hey,
Must
we're
be.
doing the good work here, man. We're trying to
We are.
continue soldier on, you know?
We are trying. We are going to do that, and that's kind of the reason I think that guys. And I'm not stealing your thunder, Ange. I'm just going to jump in because I got a big mouth. That's all.
No,
Um,
you're good.
well, my equipment, my rules, right? And I mean,
Right. Your
I can
show.
just
I'm
go.
just a helper.
I can just now. You're 50%. I can just sit here and say, you know what? You're gone. Okay, wait a minute. No, that didn't work out. I think Charlie's really got me. There we are. You're back. Okay, see, that's how it works. With
Okay.
that
Woo.
said, I have a complete loss of my train of thought. But with that said, um, we have been off the. We haven't done a stream in a while, and I think our last stream was episode 18, if I'm not mistaken. It was right after, nearly right after the election. Donald
Right.
J. Trump became our 47th president. Thank God for that. Praise the Lord.
Thank you, God.
I cannot imagine how things would have been if it had gone differently. And again, this is not going to be a beatdown. That's already happened. Uh,
Right. Oh, we've had that.
we've
Rewatch
had the
some of the
beat.
other episodes, you guys.
Yeah, go back and watch some of the stuff. Yeah, and as
Right.
I've told many people, and I told my neighbor this afternoon, I said it's very clear what side of the fence we fall on. There's no doubt about that. With that said, we will try never to not only speak the truth, but to try to debunk or to correct those who speak the lies. And I
Exactly.
have to say, at this point in time, with what we're seeing, especially since the assassination, the lies just keep coming. And
Oh my
we'll
gosh,
talk.
it's crazy out there right now.
Oh my God, what's going on the other side of the aisle is just absolute insanity. And we'll talk a little bit about it. I think I've got to pull those couple graphs up, Ange, that you sent me. I'm going to see if I can pull them in shortly. Kind of
Okay.
shows what people are doing with respect to the two
Right.
parties. But to get away from that, the reason, like I said, we've been a little lax in getting on the air, trying to make time for it. Um, we all have lives and families and
Yes,
jobs,
busy
and
schedule.
I just opened up a new operation with my hobby of motors that it just complete more time that I don't have. But we are back because what has happened in the last week has lit a fire under this country. Forget the no, under the world,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, it's worldwide. They're having
yeah,
vigils for him in every country around the globe.
it's amazing, isn't it?
It's incredible.
I mean, it's who would have ever expected this? And that's why I said you cannot compare Charlie to the Lord Jesus Christ, but you can say there's a, a, walking along the line of how this is taking over, and in a good way. Now, of course, you
Yes.
do have the evil in the world, and I'm not
Always
talking about
will,
political parties
unfortunately.
only. The evil that took Charlie, the evil that continues to
Mhm.
do whatever it can to block the good that he did, and that his family, and that the people that follow him, and that follow the way he lived his life, the way we continue to do things. But evil doesn't win in the long run, guys, and you can see that when this took over as a Charlie movement worldwide. When there were millions of people walking the streets in the UK, in England,
Mhm.
Paris,
In South Korea.
South Korea. I
Mhm.
mean, how could this be anything more? And again, I'm not going to turn this into a preach session because I can do that real easy. But this is to say this isn't divine would just be a complete misstatement. It would be a complete lie. Uh, when he took that bullet, that was not the end, folks. As you're seeing in the media, if you open your eyes and don't listen to the garbage, it's the beginning. And as I've changed my Facebook page and I've a lot of things I've done, uh, it is a turning point. And I don't think Charlie really appreciated when he started at 18, 19 years old, Turning Point USA,
Mhm.
that that name, what that would mean, and ultimately what that would turn into. And this is a turning point, folks. This is a turning point in for our future, and
Right.
we have to pay attention to it. And I mean, what 38,000 new chapters being formed are being applied
Yeah.
for.
He
Uh,
gained over 2 million subscribers in 5 days on YouTube.
right, and people don't subscribe just to hear the garbage or to see the video,
No,
which I have not seen yet, and I will not see unless it pops up in a feed somewhere that I can't
I've
ignore it.
unfortunately seen all
Have
of
you seen it?
them, and
I haven't
it
seen it yet.
is it made me cry so bad. Like, it makes me get teary-eyed just thinking
Yeah,
about it because it's so traumatic. And I've never seen anybody lose their life in real time. That's never
right,
happened for me. And it hasn't happened for a lot of people, thank God. Thank God that we don't live in
right.
a country where that's the norm on the street every day when you're going to the grocery store. However, um you you see it happen, and as soon as um the bullet entered his neck, essentially, you could tell. I mean, I know the reports were coming out that they got him to the hospital and they did get him back and they got him stable
Yeah,
for a
they got a
brief short
heartbeat at the
period of
hospital,
time.
but he was gone.
That man died sitting on that stool, and you're not going to convince me any different.
Yeah,
And I've watched several videos since then of scientific professionals, medically certified people that have backed up that he probably lost all the blood to his brain within 10 seconds, and he essentially passed out. It was like the feeling of you're passing out, and that
yeah.
was
When
it.
he was when
And
they were on the
thank
way
God
to
he didn't
the
feel any pain.
yeah, when he was on his way to the hospital, there was an interview done with his one of his closest confidants that was with him in the SUV, and that was a hard interview to watch. It was on Fox,
Yeah,
and
I've seen that.
yeah, I mean, the door never closed. He's so tall, his feet. They had the door open all the way to the hospital, but they said his eyes were fixed and dilated. So those of you who think
Hmm.
he suffered, the only reason we're bringing this up, guys, I'm not being an extremist and wanting to be gross
No.
about this and all, but it's by all what we have heard so far, Charlie did not suffer. Charlie was in the middle of answering or speaking to the first guest, Mike, the person at the mic, and the assassin's bullet shut his lights off. And
Yeah,
by the time probably he finished the word that was leaving his mouth, he was talking to Jesus.
exactly.
I believe that
And
wholeheartedly. I'm
that's
not saying that to be a
I'll
smart
I
aleck.
will I'll take solace in knowing that the last thing that he remembered was doing what he loved, and then
Hmm.
the next thing he knew, he was
He was doing what he
talking
loved.
to Jesus and meeting with his family members and loved
Hmm.
ones and angels and everybody, just full of love and praise for him for doing what he did on this earth and bringing so many people that he didn't even know, that never knew him, never were going to meet him, back to the church is just, I mean, I can't even describe
Again,
how
his
incredible that is.
mission did not end. It began, and it a
Right.
thousandfold, and it will continue, and it is continuing. Uh, there's nothing that I wish people would not do uh, out there while I'm on my high horse or whatever. There's people that are going out to AI and having AIs done of Charlie. What would he say if he were here today? So this AI looks realistic. It looks like Charlie talking, and they're saying great things, and they're saying the right things, but it's very
Hmm.
disturbing, and it would be disturbing for me if I was a family member and have people out there having AI invoke artificial conversations of someone who just got taken so violently, and trying to digest that, and then these AI things are out there. Um, I wish that would stop. I think it's just inappropriate, but I know
I do
the
too.
World Wide Web, and I don't know the
I
first
think
thing about doing AI with that.
right. I think a lot of that started coming out because, as we know, a lot of people grieve in a lot of different ways.
Hmm.
And certain people just, they're in their anger right now, and rightfully so. And certain people maybe, with, they don't really, they might not understand how
Right.
traumatic it might be for the family to see something like that, or his kids even
And to them, they're paying
confusing for
tribute.
them.
To them,
Right.
it's maybe
They're
something like
trying to
that.
grieve. Right. And I think it's more of a trying to make it like a soothing type of thing for those people who are really struggling
Right.
with his death right now. And I'm just grateful that it's not, they didn't take it in the wrong what in the wrong direction making those AI
Yeah.
videos, because it
It,
could have gone in the wrong direction really quick. Not to say that it won't ever happen that way, but I'm just so grateful that up to this point it's been positive. It's been, faith based, and which is what Charlie would have wanted going forward. I think
right.
he would be okay with it to a certain extent, because he knows that they're just trying to bring more awareness to the situation, and they're trying to bring awareness to his legacy and his memory and his children and his wife. And I don't really think anything, bad, was in
Yeah.
the
Uh,
intention of it, but it
no,
is a
I
little
don't.
odd. I'm not going to lie.
No, I don't, and I don't imply it's evil. I don't imply it's meant to be in bad taste. Although I kind of take it that way personally. But again, it's only
Right.
because
It does. It's weird.
if I lost a close family member and someone was taking that person's image and AIing it and having having that person make fake conversations, even though it's positive, what
Right.
they're going through based on how they lost him and how, and I say they meaning his family, but I can broaden that out to the worldwide, the millions of people that are, like you said, feel like they lost a loved one. I mean, people are losing
Right.
their not their minds or their conscious, but just everyone is genuinely upset because it's like losing someone, and you don't know why you feel that way. So these things out there are a little bit odd, and I think I just don't think it's appropriate. It's about as appropriate for my old body here as a certain late night host that just got sent packing
Oh
uh,
yeah.
for his remarks. For the
Yeah. I think that one was a twofold combo, because Zach, my husband, and I were just talking about that over the last, day or so. Because, a lot of people have come out and said, "Oh, it's they're hating on free speech, and they're taking away our rights and
yeah
all these things, blah blah blah." Okay. The
yeah
reality and the factual evidence, okay, is that his ratings had been plummeting for at least, I think
oh
it
yeah
was like 3 years that they said, and it was in the
he's
key
lost 75%
demographic.
of his viewers.
Right, in the key demographic, he had less than 200,000 viewers, which is like, it's a joke, okay? It is a joke. For that time slot, it is a joke. And they had been in talks with getting rid of him for quite a little while now. And this, on top of all the rating drama, was the catalyst that the network needed to say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, look, enough's enough. We're just going to
Bye
take you
bye.
off the air and we're done.
Right.
It had nothing to do with, oh, he mentioned something, off putting about Charlie. It was that in combination with the rating factor. And that,
Yeah.
if nobody really knows, ratings mean money. And when the
Mm-hmm.
network isn't making any money, then guess what? You're not going to have a job. It's just like with
Well,
anywhere anybody works.
when the broadcasting companies that carry that network, and I'm not getting into talking about networks and who, everybody knows who they are, but when the
Right.
broadcast companies that carry them say, make this go away or we're going to go away, we're just going to stop carrying your channel.
There you go.
Uh, I believe I heard that they're actually replacing that in that time slot with old reruns of Family Feud or something. It's kind of a kick in
I
the
wouldn't
nose, but
doubt it. That'd be
uh,
hilarious.
but it's all about money, and this is an employee-employer relationship. You are fired when your usefulness either
It's
runs out
dried up.
or you do something really stupid or you just don't do your job.
Right.
I'm not getting into my particulars, but I'm a semi-retired guy with 14 things going on, and one of them was a job that I work part-time, and I love what I do. I love where I am. But I fully understand that if I step out of line, say the wrong thing to the wrong person, that doesn't matter how good you are, if you don't do your job and you don't do it the way you're told, and the way it's not told, but the expectation of your position, you're gone. He was
Right.
told. I know he was told because the network was getting heat from the FCC, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody's got to realize this: that a television station has its license, and it's licensed to be for the good of the public in the public interest. That's what the license
Right.
says. When I was growing up, we only had 3 channels. When the TV went off at midnight, and they played the national anthem and the flag blowing in the wind. They would say that, that or when it came back on in the morning, that this station is licensed to be in the public interest, and if it's not in the public interest, well, then it doesn't need to be licensed anymore. Now, this individual comedian, I don't see where the
Right.
comedy was anymore because
I
this
don't
was
eat,
not a
I don't ever see where it was in the first place, to be honest.
well.
But
That's
okay.
another story. I never found the guy funny anyway, but that's me.
The same. I don't. People are up in arms, and I'm just like, what? It's not like
Yeah,
he was like Robin Williams on late night or something. Then I'd be like, let's
no.
riot in the streets.
I mean, you know what?
It
I'd
wasn't
rather
the
have Johnny
case.
Carson back for God's sakes.
Anybody. I mean, let's bring in somebody that people actually have a favorable mindset towards, that is not making their whole entire show about politics, only
Right.
bringing on Democratic leaning guests. Okay, that's another thing that was going on.
One
Like,
Republican leaning guest in the entire time he's been on the air. One.
yeah, I mean, come
Eh,
on. And don't
Yeah.
tell me you're biased.
Yeah. It was
It's a
political.
joke.
It was
That's
one
the joke.
sided, and I have no problem with people, maybe hating on the party a little bit because that goes both
It's
ways.
normal.
But
Right.
this was a one-way show. This was a one-side show, and like one of the commentators said the other night that I watch, yeah, half the country just didn't care, and most of the rest of the half stopped caring and shut it off. So you're at a point
Mm-hmm.
now, like you said, Ange, you're not making money, or you're not making as much money, or you're losing money. In the case of
Right.
another talk show host who's still on the air but won't be for very long,
Yeah,
there's a
he's
point at
got like
which
a
your usefulness has
year.
run out. And if you want to be a political commentator, you know what?
Go
I
do
did it.
that.
We set it up here, and we get. If somebody wants to watch, watch. If you don't like it, turn it off. But at least in our case, we hope tonight we're going through things that are not exactly well, they're politically oriented, but slanted
Right.
towards the
Not
garbage that's happened as of late.
right.
But yeah, go if he wants to do that, if they want to do that, then go get. You got all the money in the world. Go get a streaming company and have your own show.
Well, I mean, he could be like Michelle Obama and do a
Well,
B-rated podcast that
do a
flops,
B-rated
I mean,
podcast that nobody's going to watch anyway.
knock yourself out. The sky's the limit, honey.
Yeah,
You're not too old to try something new. That's all I'm
yeah.
going to say to that man.
Hey,
If you want to
it,
be hateful, do it on your own time, cuz the
you
rest of
know,
the country's moved on.
the rest of us have moved on. Hey, a year
Right.
and a half ago, I was told when I said I was going to set up a studio and start doing my other. Well, start out with I've got well, what do we got now? 4 YouTube channels with the one big one, and
Yeah.
I didn't know. I knew less than nothing. I
Oh
had
yeah, I didn't
another.
know what to do either. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I bought a bunch of equipment and I upgraded and then I spent some more money and then I blew something up and then I set something else up and I had somebody that's a lot smarter than me tell me that they'd be calling me every night. I'd be calling them every night to get information to help set it up, and I went, heck, I will. And here we are. The other YouTube channel that we've got it's called. By the way, I'll throw a promo out. David Delivers Space. Go check it out. It's a great channel. Uh,
Subscribe. It's a fun time, you guys.
Subscribe, hit the buttons and stuff. uh, all that YouTube stuff, do it.
Right.
But
Hey, we're
I
all
think we've
here
got
for
like
fun. Why not?
if you like space, go check it out. There's 26,000 people out there that are going to enjoy it with you, and come see Papa. But
Right.
this channel came about. It's a channel. Yeah, it's a channel. Yeah, it came about because Angie and I, during the campaign, and you can go back and watch all the videos, man. They're out there. Check them out. It got better. Started off kind of rough, and then it got better as we moved
Yeah,
along.
we had to figure out what worked and what
Yeah,
didn't work,
and some nights
It
nothing
was a little
worked.
trial and error.
There was one episode you can check it out where Angie was given sign language because we had no audio I couldn't
Oh
figure out
my
what
God, it was
happened.
awful. And I was
That was a
so
bad
upset that
night.
night because I had so many good notes that I worked on so hard and it was like, sorry, like you're there, but you're not there. And I just
Yep,
it
we
was
can
a
see
mess,
you, but
but
that's
we
all you're
made it.
getting. But it all
Right.
worked out.
We're here though.
And that's but the big point, right? If you want to get your word out, if you want to talk to people, it's not hard to do. I've got a little bit bigger rig here that I've been able to build, so we can do some more cool things. But it's all about. It, we just made a big circle, Ange. It all comes back
It's
to
okay.
talking to people.
Right.
Charlie, this is not the Charlie Fest, but it needs to be said. Charlie's life was to get out there and get people to talk. Almost. Almost. It almost slipped.
Whew.
It almost slipped. I'm trying so
That's
hard.
a miracle right there, you guys. We just
Yeah,
witnessed one
that
right there.
I
Whew.
think I think that was what I was. That was close. And even though the worst part about it, the best part about it is I'm not going to get in trouble with the FCC or anything because it's my channel. Well, it's our channel. It's not my channel.
That is true. That is true. We have a
But
little bit more leeway than if we were on TV, but YouTube,
right,
they still have their little
yeah.
laws and regulations and stuff,
But
it is what it
we
is.
try to keep a higher standard because
Right.
I don't know who's watching. I just want someone to enjoy the stream, get a little bit of information. Tonight's
Well,
show is
I know
a grieving
Avery is
fest. I mean,
watching
we're
tonight,
grieving.
Dad.
Is Avery watching? Avery's my
She is
granddaughter.
watching,
Hi,
or she
Avery.
was watching. I don't know. She was watching a minute ago.
I don't
She's
have
a
the
new
sidebar
subscriber,
up.
you guys. So just to throw a little bit more into the Charlie talk here. I don't want to rip everything away from you, Dad, but my
No, go.
daughter is 15 years old. I have two daughters. She's
Identical twins.
15, identical twins, and
Cute as a button.
she is cute as and very smart. She wants to be a
Well,
police officer. We're so proud.
she's going to take
Um,
after her. Well,
she's gonna go in the she's got it, and I know she can do it. But regardless,
she'll
what
do
I
it.
was going with this was
Go.
so many of the Gen Z and Gen Alpha kids that were starting to get into politics in general got started being interested in it, not necessarily because of their parents. They wanted somebody who was going to just talk about what was going on, debate them, answer their questions. They could ask the most off the wall question, and Charlie would sit there and talk to them. It wasn't just college kids, it was high school kids too.
Mm-hmm.
And she is just getting into figuring out, what are my politics? How do I feel about the government and what's going on? She's asking the questions. And of course, with me and of course you, Dad, she's got a lot in the family to go to for those types of questions. And we'll be honest and fair and answer all of them. But
Fair and balanced.
I'm really proud of her because they were both pretty shooken up by this. A lot of kids in their school were talking about it, rightfully so. It's, everybody knows what's going on and it's really sad. But when she came to me and was like, Mom, that's just not right. And then when I told her we were doing this video tonight because we felt like there wasn't ever a right time to get started back up with it, but I feel like Charlie would want us to get started back with this.
And I'm glad
And
you said those words. That's exactly where I was going to go with this.
yeah. And she was like, Mom,
Yep.
I'm going to subscribe and I'm going to watch the live tonight. And I was like, honey, I am so excited and I would love for you to watch and get educated on some more stuff maybe you weren't sure about, or maybe some information you've seen online that's false. And if you're going to get it from anywhere, just know that you can trust your papa and your mom. And she's
I'm
watching,
proud of you,
or she
sweetie.
was. I don't know if she is, but
Well, she might
she
catch the
was.
replay. I don't know.
Right.
She's
I'm
got to
still proud of
play.
her.
She might have a video game or something she's got to finish up. I don't know.
That's true.
Well,
There's so many
if
teenage
you're out
things
there,
going on.
you're out there, sweetie. I'm proud of you. I love you, and I'm proud of what you're doing. I'm proud of what you're interested in, that you're trying to learn, because it's not going to be too much longer down the road. You guys are going to be voting. I'm getting
I'm
older.
so pumped.
Nana's getting older.
We're all
Pretty
getting
soon,
older.
I'm just going to. I'll probably just lose my marbles, and that'll be about the end of that. So, somebody's got to be out there to keep this world on the straight track. And that's
Right.
really
We
what.
gotta.
Go ahead. I cut you off.
No, you're good. I was just saying we gotta do that.
Yeah, and that's where Charlie's death becomes just pivotal. And again, I'm speaking to the choir. I know anybody that's watching is going, yeah, boy, yeah, real bright. But
Right. It's whatever.
this was the point at which, with all this going on, uh, we've been trying to get back into where we could set up a schedule again, get back into the normal routine, get the shows up. I've had people asking about it, and it's just making the time and saying this is when we're going to do it. I've got to get the production side of it has to happen and all that jazz. Then
Right.
push a couple buttons, here we are. But this was the moment at which Angie and I texted 5 days ago,
Yeah.
during this when it was all in the thick of things, and this is what Charlie would want, and we trying to choose the right words without becoming a preacher again, but the kids continue to look up to his wife and to the organization, and the rate at which people that are, again, I'm going to flip back and forth from this to politics, the rate at which people are leaving the party
Oh, yes.
and changing parties. And no, we're not just talking about the common folks, the voting folks. We're talking people in public positions that are flipping parties now, because it has just gotten too insane and too sick to some degree on the
Yeah.
other side. And what Charlie started and completely just set the world on fire with what he was doing while he was still here with us, he would want it to continue on at a fever pace, and that's what has happened.
Mhm.
I'm not even sure that if he were here and if you told him, he would believe it. But that man
Probably
meant
it
so
is
much
it
to
is
so many
very
people.
quick
It's
how
taken off like a rocket
quickly. Yeah.
with the kids. I mean,
Yeah.
we can sit here and talk about it. We do a show. We were every week, and now we're back to every week. And they hear about it. You and I, when it's time for a race to come up, where it's like Super Bowl Sunday, and it goes on and on. And then this event happened, and that was the fire that got lit.
Yeah.
And if so, that's when we chatted, texted, and whatnot earlier in the week, and it was like, this is it. This is the time. This is it. We're not going to jump on a bandwagon, the bashing bandwagon, do the crazy stuff.
No.
We'll make mention of the knuckleheads that are out there doing crazy things, but I kind of believe that we went from being tell me if I'm wrong, Ange, because this is half you too. From just where we had a little fun, gave a lot of information out leading up to the election. We wanted to be kind of a source for information, help people make a decision.
Right.
We always said we do care who you vote for, but we just want you to vote. If you're not on the side we're on, that's fine too. This whole thing has taken a completely new dynamic now. Like
yeah.
you said it in your opening remarks, the world's praying again. Kids are praying again. People are going to church. Kids are asking about going back to church, or going to church when they never were at church. You grew up in a
Right.
church. You and your sister, we went every Sunday. You went
Mhm.
through everything, and baptism and
Sunday school,
confirmation and Sunday
communion,
school, and you did
you
it
name
all.
it.
And
Mhm.
you get away from things as you get older, and then it takes something to swing you back. And a lot of
Right.
times, honestly, it's somebody dying. Makes you think
And
about.
it's unfortunate, but I think I've been thinking about that over the last 2 days, and I think the reason that we wake up a little bit more when someone that we care about passes away, whether we knew it was coming because of a medical issue or age, or whether it's sudden and tragic, mainly sudden and tragic, but
Mhm.
people are just they want to feel safe. They want to feel like,
Right.
even though the world isn't okay, that I know somebody has their arms wrapped around me and they have me and I'm okay. And it's going to
Yeah.
be okay. And I
And
think
you don't
that's
have,
why people gravitate more towards church.
and it isn't always like you said, it's not the physical part of being okay. We all want to be safe.
Right.
We
You
all
just want
want to
to
be
emotionally.
emotionally up here, and
Mhm.
this really scrambled a lot of eggs. I was at work, so I did not know this happened, and your
Yeah.
mother texted me, and I work at a job where I can't be on my phone. I'm in front of the public, and I carry a watch, Apple Watch, in case of emergency. You know, if anybody needs, my family needs me, they can text me, and I can just bow out. And that text came across, and first of all, I was in total disbelief because I'm like, no, there's no way. I mean, there's just no
Right.
way. Not Charlie. Nah, something's wrong there. So I kind of like stored it away. I finished what my shift, what I was doing, and I said, I'll, if he got shot, he's probably in the hospital. He'll be okay. Hopefully, they got the person and all that. When I got to my vehicle, the first thing I saw was that a follow up from my wife that Charlie died. Um, of course, I was upset and sad, but I flipped into mad mode. And there's different things you go through when somebody passes away. You know, you've got
Mhm.
the sadness, you've got the disbelief, you've got the anger. You know,
Right.
there's different phases. I probably got them all wrong, but they're all in there.
They're all in there.
And I I sat on the Florida Turnpike for about 40 minutes driving home, ranting and raving like a madman. And when I got in the house, you were on the phone with your mother, I believe, when I got home.
Yeah, I called mom when I found out, and I kind of it hit me really, really hard
Yeah.
because,
Oh, she
I
was
watched him
crying.
a lot, um, and I respected him a lot,
Mm-hmm.
not just for what he did, but for the things that he said, for his theology, for his
The
intelligence.
values he held.
Um, right. And so when I found out, I kind of like fell out of my chair, and immediately my brain was like, call mom because I knew you were at work. And I just called mom. And the only thing I could tell her, and she already knew what was going on at that point, but all I could say was he died. And she knew exactly what I was talking about. And she was crying. And it was a really emotional time
Right.
because,
And we didn't know him
right,
personally.
I've never met him
Personally.
ever.
But we knew him. We knew what he
Right.
did.
We knew what was in
And
here.
exactly. What he carried in his heart
Hmm.
was what I completely, I have to admit, I'm sorry to the viewers and you and everyone else, but I completely underestimated. I knew he had a reach. I watched his videos, and I
Right.
enjoyed what he did and the things he stood for. Um, well, not me, but I think most people would have to say the same thing. Underestimated the impact this would have. Uh, Thankfully, that was the impact that it wasn't a wasted death.
Right.
Uh, I think that one man went down and millions popped up.
Right. Billions. I mean, we don't know. It could be with as many people around the world that are tweeting about it, posting videos on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, having discussions and live streams like we're doing right now, um, sending out outpouring messages to the family, showing up at those prayer vigils, showing up outside of Turning Point USA, going to the memorial that they're having for him in Arizona. If he, like you said earlier, Dad, I don't think he could have ever anticipated in his lifetime that he would have so much reach around the world and that people would be so
Yeah.
affected by just knowing who he was and what he stood for. Not even personally knowing him or his family, just the fact that what he said and what he believed resonated with what they also believe and what
Mm-hmm.
they also hold with their moral values. And a lot of times in society today, we don't have many people like that anymore that are willing to get on television or on a live
No.
stream or in front of thousands of people at a university and preach about Jesus Christ to them in person. We don't have that anymore by
And knowing
someone
that they're
who,
going to slam you, they're going to call you names. They're going to
yes.
hold signs up that call you a, we Nazi, blah 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 blah, and took the beating that man took. And that's why I say
Hmm.
when I draw some, what's the word I'm grasping for? Not parody, parallel,
Comparison.
a parallel between Charlie and what Jesus went through. I mean,
Right. I had a conversation with mom the other night about I thought about it, and I had this kind of like a revelation almost about what had happened, what the Bible talks about, the wickedness in the world and what led to Noah and the ark,
Mm-hmm.
and where we are in society right now, and a lot of the things that are going on daily is kind of where my brain went to, of like that comparison. And for a lot of those people, we don't know specifically what happened because none of us were there, but I would assume that it was a little too late kind of a situation. Okay. These people back then didn't realize how far gone they were until the water was coming out of the ground, the water was coming out of the sky, and here's all the animals getting on a giant boat, and you're not allowed to get on it.
Yeah.
So my thing is, let's not waste this opportunity. And I don't want to preach either, but I mean, it's the truth. Let's not waste this opportunity to get right with ourselves.
Right. You're absolutely right. You're not
It,
preaching. I mean, you're absolutely right. We need to get right in a lot of different directions. This world has not
mm-hmm.
been on anything short of a collision course with catastrophe for a long time, and it
Yes.
still is. I mean, what's going on over in Europe? What's going on over in Poland and Ukraine? With we can
Russia,
get into the
China.
politics side of it all day long. This world is a flipping
Oh, excuse me.
mess, and this is not just a bit of common sense, a little bit of sense. It's bringing
Mm-hmm.
people in mass
Together.
together
Mm-hmm.
for the same cause, and hopefully they're heading in this. They're marching to the same orders in the same direction. That's what this country needs, and I think that's what happened. I believe that Charlie was placed here. He was only given so many years. I believe that's for all of us. I mean, we've all got an expiration date, and that expiration
Right.
date is not decided by how much coffee you drink or if you took the shot, which we're not even going to get into that.
Right. That's a whole other
That's a whole nother
thing that we
episode,
could go into. Oh
which we
Lord.
will. We will go back to that. We've been there. We ain't going there again. But you got an expiration date, and that expiration date is given to you from above. Charlie was put here, and I think he knew it. I really believe the way he spoke, the things that you heard he said afterwards, after he passed away, that came out from his friends,
Mm-hmm.
close confidants, family, from his wife, widow. I'm still going to say wife. I'm widow. Sounds so
She's
dark.
she's his wife in
She still is
in for now, forever.
now and forever. But all those things that came out were that he knew his expiration date maybe was a lot sooner than it should have been. I mean, if he'd have been if he stayed here, I think he'd been president one day. I mean, he had
I do
all
too.
the things he needed, and that was the fear. Ooh, almost again. I need one of them buttons
What button? What?
to,
Did you
to
press a
shut off.
button?
No, I need one of them buttons to shut off the sound when I'm ready to flop a bomb out.
Oh. Oh.
Um, yeah, but yeah, he knew, and maybe he didn't know when, but he knew his time wasn't as long as many would have liked it to been,
Right.
and because of that, I think stupid thing is acting up. My computer's acting weird. So anyway, I think he was taken. He was put here for a purpose. He was put here for a certain time, and then that time expired, and he was taken back home. Whether you believe in God or not, anybody that's watching out there, I'm not talking to you, Ange. I know better. Anybody that's watching out there, we love our subscribers. We want more subscribers. Hit the buttons, hit the bells, do all that stuff. But don't tell me that I can't talk about God. And
Oh yeah. I mean, that's part of the free speech situation that, everybody wants to
exactly.
argue about right now.
So
Um,
we've gotten a little bit. We've brought in our beliefs on the religious side, and certainly on the political side. But I believe Charlie did what Charlie served his purpose, and now the true purpose and the true fill my words in for me. the true meaning of what he was here for, and the true
Hmm.
mission, now begins. And that's why I put it
Right.
all over. Matter of fact, I've got to get the Turning Point logo up here, so I've got it for the cast and all.
He Charlie laid out the groundwork and the blueprint of, how he wanted to live his life and how he
Hmm.
wanted happiness for everyone in that way. And I think, like you just said, Dad, it's our turn to take up
It's our
and keep
obligation.
on, right?
It's
Because
our
we owe it to
obligation.
ourselves, we owe it to our kids, we owe it
Hmm.
to our grandkids in the future, great grandkids, and everybody then that comes thereafter to get it together now,
Right. This is the moment in history,
or we're not
folks.
going to have much left.
Yeah. If there's this may be the Noah moment. This may be, I don't know what moment you want to call it, but I think this is the moment in history that those of us that are on the planet at this time have been put here for, and this mission can't stop. And I think Charlie
Hmm.
set that. He lit the fire, and it's up to all of us to continue that. And that means,
Right.
again, what we do, what we try to do here, we try to have a little fun. We make fun of some things, and then some things I just get plain simple pissed off about.
Right. Oh, make no
And
mistake, I am angry.
oh, I haven't gotten past the angry part yet. I,
Like
I made a comment the other
it was a
day.
tough
I
one. I was I'm one of those, and when they caught the suspect, okay,
Yeah.
and they read the charges the other day, and they
Hmm.
brought up the fact that they will be seeking the death penalty in this case.
Hmm.
That's where my anger transpired into, like, my brain went judicial. And I am so ready for this trial. I can't even tell you guys how excited, and we will be covering that when it happens. You bet.
Oh, you can count on that.
Because
I
I have notes on notes on notes. Okay.
I made a remark. It was not a very nice thing to say, but I meant it. I'm sorry, but I said, you know what? First of all, speedy trial. Yeah, it'll take 30 years for him to get his justice that Charlie got what didn't deserve in about a tenth of a
Right.
second. But this will go on. It'll go on. I mean, they got video. They've got the evidence. They could put this guy away tomorrow morning. And I said, you know what? We could probably pay, with all the people around the world that are now, uh, I don't know which one. I guess followers of Charlie,
Yeah.
whatever this turns out to be or gets called. It would be really interesting to have a multinational lottery and charge $1 a ticket,
Oh, Jesus,
five
Dad.
dollars a ticket, because the state of Utah, has a firing squad, and
Yeah, they
I
do.
I'm not saying that the circle that I run
I'm
in
mad they
and
don't have
people.
the sizzle chair. I'm mad.
No, man, I firing squad, way to go.
I do believe that
Now
that
we're
is a
getting
good,
we're getting
you know,
dark now. We're
right.
getting dark.
But I'm
But
just saying, like, this, if you're going to do the crime, then you have to know that that's part of your potential
thank you.
sentencing,
Well,
and
you've got Old
that's
Smoky up there, right? They still got Old
I
Smoky.
know.
Okay, so you got Old
We
Smoky
still
in
do.
Tennessee. That's
Yeah,
Old
we still
Smoky's
do.
is the electric chair at the state prison just outside of Nashville, and it's called Old Smoky for a reason. You'll
Yeah,
light your
he's
fire,
seen a
baby.
lot. Mhm.
He smoked a few. But
Yeah.
follow me on this
Does
now.
Florida
Follow
do that?
my train of thought here. I got a train of thought. Believe it or not.
Okay.
If you had a multinational lottery and you charged $10 a ticket, and the winners would be the ones to be on the firing squad, you think that would generate
Hmm.
a whole little bit of interest? I mean, this is getting dark, and I'm sorry,
I
Lord,
mean,
I'm sorry.
I think that would be that would work, but I don't think legally anybody would go for it.
Well, no, nobody's going to go for it. I'm just saying it's that's why I
But I mean, it
apologize
would
for even saying
definitely
it.
it would gain a lot of interest. I think a lot of people are really, 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 really angry. I mean, like
Or
very.
when it does happen, pay-per-view.
That's what I was telling Zach. I was like, okay, now hear me out. I
And the
know
money
that
goes to the
we
family.
we as a society have done away with public execution, okay? And for good reason. People were getting their heads lobbed off in the street. I mean, that's not something that you should have kids around. I understand,
Yeah,
okay? Trust me. What I'm saying
yeah.
is
I'm there
put
seeing
it
it.
on television to make a statement to future terrorists because now they've
Actions
classified
have.
Antifa as a terrorist organization.
Yep. What did I always teach you? What do we always teach you kids? Actions have consequences.
Consequences. You kill
And that's the
somebody,
problem
well,
with this.
then, you know,
You forfeited your life. An eye for an
right.
eye, a tooth for a tooth. Okay? Those are
Mm,
not my words. Okay. That's what's happened in our society. It has gotten
right.
so wishy-washy that society has decided you can do anything you damn well please, and you know what? You're going to get the cotton 3 meals a day. I used to work in corrections. They're not the best of the best on the other
No.
side of the wall, guys, and they don't
We don't need any
care.
more prisoners.
No, this guy, if they don't, this is gonna. I'm heading down the dark rabbit hole here.
If they don't charge,
If they
if they
don't,
don't find him guilty, I swear it's going to be, I'm going to be even more mad.
oh my goodness, yeah, and you know what? And there's not many people talking about the shooter's family. The shooter's father is a
No.
27-year veteran police officer. Gave up his career because he just felt he had done such a horrible job with his son. He walked away from a 27-year, what I understand, stellar police career. Mother,
Hmm.
I mean, the
She works
family
with special
has been,
education.
yeah, the family's been destroyed. Now,
Yeah.
when you're a crazy person that with a political ideology and a personal ideology that doesn't really flow mainstream, and you decide to do stupid stuff like this, mainly because the other side of the aisle, in the big sense, has decided to make demons out of the other political party and the individuals that are within that party. And the only answer that they throw out is violence, and in this case, murder.
Hmm.
Again, I'm not saying this as a broad sword, but that's what kind of hate has come out of the left. And we're not going to get in tonight into the other thing, the boyfriend girlfriend relationship.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
that's
It's all
one.
circumstantial right now.
It's all. We can't. We're not going to talk about it. But up in Nashville, we had a Christian school. What that was about 3 years ago. And got shot up. A
Yeah.
bunch of kids got
Yep.
killed. Similar
Yep.
situation. Uh,
Trans shooter.
Trans
Just saying.
manifesto. There was another one after that. So this is becoming a little bit too common. So someone needs
Hmm.
to look at this. We as a society need to look at this and say, what have we done, and what do we do to slow it down and then fix it? Uh,
Right.
but again, this is all going to come out in court. We're not here to, uh, try the case and put it in a box. I clearly you and I have our feelings about how this ought to go, and I believe there should be no way that it wouldn't go this way. But at the end of the day, too, it doesn't bring Charlie back.
No.
You know, so we have to keep that. And from the Christian side of it, you have to say, okay, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. He did the crime. It's now time to pay. But you know what? They put a
It's not
bullet
up
in
to
him.
us.
It's not up to us.
Right.
And this guy may not make it long enough to even have that happen to him. That decision might have already been made for him. And just
Hmm.
as the decision was made for Charlie, it could be made for him. So you got to dial. We get angry, and I made a very poor joke. If I was on late night TV, I'd probably be canceled right now. But having a lottery was really in bad taste. But I just had to say it.
Well, I
Um,
think
it's
this is
it's
this
not
is how I
it's not.
described it to the kids. Is
Go ahead.
we do a lot of bad things. Some of us worse than others, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have to pay for our crimes in however severe that is. You steal a candy bar from the convenience store, or you murder somebody, or you commit fraud, or whatever your situation is, right?
Yeah.
But I had to remind them that, you know, yes, he deserves a punishment. Yes, 100%. Um, that's how the justice system works, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Um, However, I will say this: when this suspect, shooter person, I'm not even saying his name
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't deserve it.
Nope, we're not going to
Um,
do that.
when he dies, if it's by lethal injection or the firing squad, or it's old age because they've only deemed him life in
Absolutely.
prison, he's going to die someday. And he
Right.
is going to have to answer for his crimes, but he still is a human being, and he still has the ability to try to right his wrongs with God before he
Mm-hmm.
dies. Everybody has that. Um,
And hopefully he
Jesus is
does. I
on the
hope he.
Jesus is on the cross, and the thief next to him is going to heaven with him, because he was like, "Hey, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did," and he went with Jesus too. So it is possible that you know God has more compassion than any of us will ever understand, and I hope this man really does like confess and get his shit straight, for the lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
But it is possible, and he still has a soul worth saving. And we have to
Right.
think of it like that.
I can guarantee you, I shouldn't say guarantee, but I would feel that if and when he meets Judgment Day, and however he leaves this earth at the end of a Mauser or an old age, when he
Sorry.
makes that journey, first of all, I don't believe, at least the way I was brought up in my teachings, he's going to go the right direction. He's got a
Right.
fast track to the wrong place. But if given the opportunity, and maybe he does, and he still has a chance to save his soul. I mean,
Right.
everybody does.
I
So
have
he'll
to
still
believe
have a
that.
chance. And if he does, and if he gets the blessing to head north instead of south, I would bet one of the first people to meet him and wrap his arms
It's
around him would
Charlie.
be Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
For a couple reasons. Number one, because that's Charlie. And what we know, again,
Right.
I talk to people all the time about this, and it's like I live next door to the guy. I mean, he was that kind of a human being where you feel like he's a member of your family.
Right.
And I would, when I say things like Charlie would do that, or I think that's like I never met the man, but I feel like I knew the man, and I believe that knowing the kind of man that I think he was and the way he portrayed his life, he'd be the first one to wrap his arms around this piece of crap, who would only get that opportunity had he straightened himself up and gave
Right.
himself up, and welcome him in, and for a couple reasons. Thank you for doing the right thing and saving yourself, but also you put me on the fast track to see the big guy, and took my message worldwide. So,
Right. And he would forgive him. Charlie would forgive
and
him. I know he
Charlie
would.
would forgive him, and I will tell you, his wife. Oh my God, not Emma,
Erica.
Erica. Emily's popped into my head for some reason. I knew that was wrong. She's a very she's in mourning. She's had everything ripped away from her, and she's angry as hell, and has every right to be. There will be a point, I think, that she will, being the good Christian she is, she will forgive him. Maybe not in the
Mm-hmm.
sense of, "I'll forgive you, give me a big old hug, and come on down for dinner," but she'll do that because that's what Charlie would want,
Right.
and let God sort it out.
Exactly. It's not
He'll
up.
get.
It's not up to her.
It's not up to her. It's not up to us. We may be, as human beings, the ones that will make the decision to put him on the bus, But what happens to him after he gets on the bus isn't up to us.
Right.
And I just started preaching again. That's all right.
It's okay.
It's okay. At least I didn't cuss.
Hey, I did, but I
If I
mean,
use the Lord's name and a cuss word in the same sentence, I just fast track myself right to the bus. So
lightning bolt strikes. I'm telling you.
and in Florida, that's all we get. So you'll find out one day.
Unfortunately,
You'll find out. But
I
you
know.
know, we've got a lot of we got a lot of things we wanted to go over tonight, and I knew the vast majority of it was going to be based around this event because this is the event of the week, and in my opinion, of the millennium.
Right.
And anybody that's out there listening, guys, by the way, let's do our little. We want to thank our subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, please
Thank
subscribe. You do
you.
not know how much it helps us. We are not a
Yes.
monetized channel. Channel?
Channel. Hey, channel. You can help us learn how to speak English properly by subscribing to this channel down below.
Absolutely.
Thank
You
you.
can leave
Have a nice
comments
day.
with when public service. That's a PSA. If you leave
Right.
comments and you
PSA
tell
from
us how
yours
to say
truly.
words, we can learn to speak
Right.
English.
We need help.
It's
Just kidding.
hell, yeah, boy, do we
It's a
need
good
help.
time.
But subscribe. The algorithms, YouTube. We want to get more people watching. Angie and I are not monetized. We don't make a dime off this. The same with my other channel,
No.
which is, by the way, David Delivers Space. Go check that out, too. Since I don't have people that fund my operation, I have to throw my own things in. But
Yeah, we're our
we are not
own ad right
monetized.
here, guys.
We are our own ad. Yep. Now you won't see that. But subscribe. It helps. It helps the YouTube algorithm see when you subscribe. That's important. When you watch the
Right.
videos, when you like the videos, all those things go into the big YouTube in the sky, and it allows our channel to be seen or to show up on more feeds. And that brings in more people. And again, we're not here to make a buck. I'm not making a buck. If anybody out there wants to, back us financially so we can do some bigger things,
Yeah.
hey,
We will take those super chats. You bet.
yeah, send us. I don't even have the ability to do that yet. We're so little. Well, we got. I don't know.
Wow. Well,
How many
hey,
subscribers do we have
maybe
anymore? I
someday
don't
you
even know.
can send us a super chat. Save up your
Yeah,
money, folks, okay?
save
When
up your
we're
nickels
big,
and
you can
dimes
send
and
us
send
those
us
big super chats.
buy us a cup of coffee or something. We can buy more equipment that
Yeah,
can push
more
more
coffee
buttons.
mugs. Right.
There you go. But yeah, please like the videos, share the videos. Those are the big things. If you like and share, and you bring more people in, and they subscribe and hit the bells and the whistles and all that kind of sirens go off, and it's all kinds of cool stuff. But we're here. The purpose of the channel has always been news and views, current events, what's going on in politics, helping people who maybe want to hear from somebody that's not just a TV suit.
Right.
Kind of talk about what's
Just
going
an
on.
average couple of people, you know?
Yeah.
I'm
I
in
mean,
my
we are what
kitchen
we
right
are.
now. I mean, come chat with us, you know?
She's in a kitchen with a cup of coffee. And by the
Right.
way, if you want to be like my granddaughter, subscribe.
Right.
If my
Subscribe, get
15-year-old
involved.
granddaughter can do it, you can do it.
Exactly.
You see
And
these
she's just learning about what the government does. So you can too. There's nobody's too old to get involved, or even just leave a comment and let us know you're having a good time with us, or what you
That's the
want to
thing.
talk about in the next video.
Drop a comment to us. Just tell us hello. Where are you from? What do you
Right.
want to see? What do you want us to talk about? Again, this is not a average episode. This episode, though, will bleed into, not to use that word improperly, but we'll go into other other streams with the news events of the day. This is going to be a continuing thing for all the right reasons. So
Right.
let us know what you think. And again, we're here to have a good time, enjoy. I keep coming back to it. I'm never going to be a Charlie. We're never going to be a Charlie. There's never going to be another Charlie.
No, never.
But we can do the mission. We can continue the mission in a little little tiny bit, a little tiny piece. Um,
Right.
I don't even know what our subscriber count is. Ange, do you have any idea?
I think the last time I
30 or
looked, it
40
was a
million?
little over 1,600.
1,600. So we're still growing it up. Yeah, it's gone the right direction. We got
Right.
a few more crop up
We took
each.
a long 8-month hiatus too, so
Yeah,
that's we were doing pretty good when we were doing videos throughout the election, and
right.
that was really good. We were gaining a lot of subscribers back then. So I think once we get started doing, more consistent videos, then YouTube will be like, "Oh, hey, they're doing stuff again, and let's,
Yeah,
let people see
and
it." So,
that's where the likes and the shares come in. We
right.
are only going to get people to come and interact with us and chat with us. And again, I'm not here to sit. Angie and I are not here to sit and preach and just talk to you. We want you to talk back to us. I'd love to have
Right.
somebody
Let
that
us
really
know.
has an interesting outlook on something that wants to be part of the show. I can bring in multiple people into the stream. And if there was somebody that wanted to help us out, had something to offer, had an interesting relationship with someone, or wrote a book, or
Right.
name the thing, we'd love to have. That's been the plan all along, is to try to bring guests into the stream and onto the show. I don't want to really call this a show, Ange. It's not really a show. It's just us sitting at our
It's like
desks and you
a
sitting at the kitchen table
yeah, like a
talking about
sit
what's
down
going on.
chat.
And that's all. We love our country. We love Charlie, and we love our party. You
Mhm.
notice I've gone through an hour and 15 minutes, and I have not said the word Trump. Oops, I just said it.
Oh, snap.
I trumped. Anyway,
It was only a
we
matter
love
of
our
time, you
president
guys.
too. It was gonna.
We do
Well,
very much. I am so grateful for him. I said it to mom earlier this week. I'm so grateful for our vice president, and I sincerely hope from the bottom of my heart that this man has it in him to run in 2028, because I cannot wait to vote for him after what I saw on Charlie's radio show. I watched the
oh yeah,
YouTube of JD
that was
Vance
amazing.
hosting that. I watched JD Vance carry his friend's casket to Air Force Two to personally bring him back home. And the amount of respect I have for that man now, I swear I have never respected someone in public office more than I
Well,
respect our vice president.
I agree with you 100%. I saw a graphic today, and it was pretty interesting. They were saying that
Mm.
the after President Trump finishes his second term, they showed that they foresee, or they're hopeful, you'll see two consecutive 4-year terms for JD. Then you'll see two
I
consecutive
hope
4-year
so.
terms for Erica, and then two consecutive 4-year terms for. You ready for this? Barron.
Oh God, Barron.
Barron.
I
So
think they brought
that's a
him.
lot of
I do
wishful
know they brought
thinking,
him
I
back to the
know,
White
but
House.
yeah,
Um, they took him out of school after all this happened because of security reasons, and I cannot. I know that was a Melania call.
absolutely.
Um, but I hope that even if Barron decides not to get into politics right away, I hope that he is in business like his father, because
Yeah.
that man is a genius when it comes to the amount of things that he's been able to accomplish in his lifetime. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I can't wait for 2028. I honestly can't wait till the midterms. I think that Republicans are going to have even more seats than we had
The
after we
midterms.
won the election.
I was talking to somebody the other day after work.
Sorry, there's a fly in my kitchen, and I am
Hey,
not a crazy
this is
person.
real.
I am
This is
flying.
live. This is live. I mean,
I'm trying to kill a fly.
I wish somebody would bring me something to drink, but I can't. I don't have
Oh,
anybody
jeez.
here
Is mom? You should yell. You should like yell to mom to come get you
to.
a
If I,
tea or a coffee or something.
then she would get on camera and she'd like not be
Oh,
happy with
she'd
me,
freak
and
out. Never mind.
it would not be good. No, it would be good. Yeah, it would be
Hi,
very poor
mom.
for me, and I have to sleep. I have to sleep sometime. Uh,
There you go.
but
That is true.
anyway, our mission here, albeit we love politics, we love our party, we love our country, and we are very happy and appreciative to the current resident of the White House whom I forget
Yes.
his name, but it might be Trump. For
Hmm.
those of you
I
Trump
think you're
haters
right.
out there, yeah,
That
he's
administration is rocking it.
they're rocking it. Things are going. There's a lot of good going on. There's a lot of good yet to be done. He's got a lot of
Hmm.
fighting to do. Of course, he's getting fought at every corner. I mean, they being the other party that I don't think is going to exist in its. It doesn't exist in the form as it was, and it
Not
won't
in its
exist
current
much longer
form,
in
it
the
doesn't.
format it is. No, it's not. They're imploding. It's getting worse every day. And we'll sit here. We'll have plenty of time over the next months to dig into the
Right.
stupid
We're
things
gonna
that
deep
keep
dive
coming
on
out of it.
that for sure. Right.
But I could not imagine where we would be at this point had that election not gone the way it did. And I'm not surprised it went the way it did. I'm not surprised at all with the results of the election, the swing states. We go back to our prior videos. You can
Hmm.
watch all that. It's there. Remember to like it and share it.
Yep.
Don't forget that's your homework, kids.
Right.
Uh, like
We
and
want some
share. Like
comments.
and
Let us
share.
know.
So like, and share.
Hit all the buttons.
Unlike
Hit just
unlike
if you see
someone
any buttons down there, just start clicking them. Just
see the
you're gonna
buttons,
click them.
but the one thing we don't do here is turn the page.
Oh God,
We don't turn the
we're not.
page. I had to
I
bring
will
that
say
in.
this.
That's
Okay,
my favorite
I
stupid thing.
she came out with this book. Okay, I just got to
Oh
throw
yeah.
this in there. She came out
Go
with this
ahead.
book. Okay, and her first initial. Now, supposedly she wrote this one. I ain't buying it because she didn't write the other one. It came out that she didn't. But anyway, regardless, her first instinct was, okay, I'm gonna deflect against my shortcomings as a human being. Like, I can't formulate a sentence without it sounding like my tongue is in a blender, or that none of the things that I talk about make any sense, but I believe them. So that means you have to believe them too. No, no, no. She's not going to go with the truth. She has now decided to deflect onto her old boss who probably doesn't even remember who the hell she is at this point.
He's still
So
trying to figure
she
out
is
why he
batting a
doesn't live.
thousand.
He's wondering where the free ice cream went.
Right. Where's
What
my
happened to the ice
security
cream man?
detail briefing in the
Yeah.
morning? Like what? Where's
Where's that
Bob?
woman that I
Where,
used to yell at all the time? Where's Bob? Yeah. Hey Bob.
where'd you go?
I lost my Bob.
Right.
Yeah,
Where's my
where's that woman
Bob?
who used to wear the same pantsuit every day that used to come to my office and talk to me? What was her name? Kamaja? Kamaja Laja? Where's my ice
Oh
cream?
my God.
Nap
He
time.
probably doesn't even care. And it's so sad because I'm like, honey, if you ever planned, I don't think she's ever gonna run for another
Well, nobody's going to vote for her. She's
anything.
never won
She's
an election. She's never been done anything she hasn't been appointed to.
That's true, but she's burning
Who?
bridges now with the
Oh,
people that she tried for
yeah.
years to get on her side, and I don't think that's gonna work out so good for her in the
No.
future. But you
She's
never know
cooked.
with the Democrats. You never know.
Well,
They
there's
still got
always
Gavin in there, so we'll
Gavin
see.
Newsom's still there, so
Yeah, still breathing.
man, did we
He's
change gears
he's a
on this?
reptile.
I I think he's a alien. His eyes flip back and his eyeballs disappear, and you know, I know one thing: he
Yeah,
has a hard time keeping his hands from moving around.
I
Those
don't
hands
know.
got to
I
be
can't
busy all the
decide
time.
if
Busy, 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 busy.
either he's got like I don't know. We got to figure. I'm gonna do some deep diving on the hand situation because we got to
He's just a
know.
he's just a moron. Is all he is. But he's their best. To look at the Demo, and we're going to shift gears. Charlie, we still love
He's
you,
not the best.
but
Right. We love you so big.
we love you big, right? How do you do that? That thing, just like that. Their best.
Oh, you're not on the screen,
The,
Dad.
what?
You're not on the big screen.
I'm not on the big screen.
No, it's just me. There you are. I
Did that
think
just
it's been
happen?
me the whole video.
Has it really?
Yeah.
I wonder how that happened.
Like I said, guys, we are getting in the swing of this, and
Well, that's crazy. So you've
it's
been
all good. You had to look at my ugly mug for an hour,
no.
and
I'd rather have you look at her anyway.
it's all
Well, that
good.
worked out. That was kind of weird.
That's
Okay.
okay. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank
It's good to
you.
have you.
I don't know when I left. I'll have to go back and watch my own video to find out when I disappeared. Man, I had
Yeah,
some
I
good
don't know.
stuff
I
going
thought it
on
was
too.
on purpose. I didn't know.
I don't know.
It's
Well,
all good.
well, shucks. Um, yeah. Anyway, um, top two contenders, top two leaders for um, 28
Oh, for the
for the
Democratic Party, you
Democrats.
mean? Okay, yeah.
New scum.
Yeah, okay. With his
AO,
land
what
grab in
is
the
it?
Palisades. Okay.
Exactly. AOC.
Mhm.
That's
Oh
number.
my God,
And
no,
they were
no.
saying this morning that she's actually in the number one slot for the to run on
Over
the
Bernie?
Democratic
I
ticket.
thought they were back on the Bernie
Oh,
train with the
Bernie's
oligarchs.
no, the
No,
oligarchy's gone the way of turn the page.
that died out too, huh?
Yeah, that
Okay.
died out too.
I haven't been watching that as closely because he's just boring. To me, I can't stick with it. It's a broken record.
Yeah, to have a socialist
I tried.
call the other party a socialist, I
Yeah.
never kind of got
Okay.
that. But anyway, but that yeah. So you
We'll
got
see how that
AOC
goes.
and you
That's going to be a when they start having, they line them all up in a row like little farm animals on the
mhm.
stage, and they're all yapping at the same time before the primary. Oh, that's another popcorn worthy night, I think.
That's a popcorn and wings night right there.
Whew.
But
Maybe get the pizza
let's
too, Dad. We might need the pizza.
yeah, I'm telling you, I may need it.
That's going to be
That and a couple of
fireworks.
beers. Uh,
Yeah.
the only thing we can say that I can say, and I'll agree with you that the midterms are going to be a show like no other. The
Mhm.
Democrats daily,
They're
hourly
losing
shoot
thousands of
themselves
people.
in the
Yeah.
foot. I wish I could. My monitor's not. I brought up those pictures, those graphs, and unfortunately, they're not
Oh.
feeding into the
Well,
big
I can
screen.
post them in the community part of
Post
the
them there
YouTube
if you
channel
would.
page.
Yeah, post them
Okay,
up.
I'll do that after we
Couple
get off.
couple graphs that Angie shared with me as far as the current movement within the party or out of the party, I should say, and the
Right.
numbers
It's pretty alarming.
are phenomenal. I can just tell you, and then Angie will go ahead and post those so you've got those to read. But yeah, the Real Clear Politics poll average of the favorable versus unfavorable, talking about the Democratic Party.
Hmm.
Unfavorable of 60.7% to 33.5% favorable, and the share of voters registering as Democrats has declined drastically. And I can show. Is that even going to show, Ange?
Uh,
I, it's
it
not
looks like
showing.
it's trying to focus, but it's too bright. It's too bright.
It's too bright. Yeah, because I've got the studio lights here,
Yeah, I'll
and I'll
post it. Don't worry, guys. I'll
you can
post it.
post them. I fed them into the machine and it just hasn't processed it yet for some reason. But it is an absolute crazy skew in the number of uh, new voter
And that's just with
registrations.
people registering to vote. That's not since all of this has transpired. They
The
don't have all
movement,
the data for that yet because
right?
it's still happening in real time. So we might have to wait
Correct.
a month or two before we get a reeval and we can see what the favorability rates are versus how many people are leaving the party, because I searched and I have not been yet to find it. So I just don't think the data's been collected enough to make
Right.
that chart. But we will have it because Real Clear Politics, we've used them since the election and even
They
before.
are
They're
amazing, and we
really
thank them for what
trustworthy.
they do.
Yes, thank you to them for keeping it factual and non-biased. They make it, very easy to read through. So if you're not familiar with politics and the breakdown of the statistics and the numbers like we are, it gives a very broad answer to what you're looking at so that you can understand it, which I really love because like we were saying earlier, with so many people awakening and maybe joining the bandwagon of politics now, it's an easy way for them to figure out what's going on and not feel like, oh my God, I'm so over my head. I don't even know what I'm looking at. So check that out. not just for midterms and general elections, but just, they have a bunch of cool stuff on there. They break down a lot of things. They have a lot of articles written by a lot of various different people. So it is really good. And I would highly recommend them. But that's where I got a lot of this information from, was Real Clear Politics. And they have stayed consistent for us. We've never been let down by them before. So I'm going to continue on with
Absolutely.
using all of the data that they share. It's great.
Yep, we appreciate that, and we thank them. We use their numbers, and we do appreciate everything that they do. And if they want to be partners with us, they can give us a
That'd be
call.
amazing.
Give me a call. Come on,
We're a great time.
for a great time. Call Papa.
Yeah.
But so yeah, you'll go ahead and post that up there. We'll get that up to you
Yeah.
guys. Uh, just kind of want to recap. We've been up about an hour and a half now, so we're usually over. We try to keep the episodes at about an hour because, people have short spans of attention. Let's
Right.
be honest here. And unless you watch the video, we don't get any kind of impact to the YouTube thing. So, you know, if you don't want to watch it all in one shot, you can always let it play and go have dinner, go have coffee or something, and come back and then watch the next piece. And I mean,
Yeah.
cheating a little bit, but it'll help us out. Whatever you got to do. Cheating works for
Right.
them. Oh, wait a minute, I can't say that. We didn't say that.
Hey, we're not in that cheating business now, Dad. Come on. We're
No,
trying
we're
to do
not in
it the
that
right
cheating
way.
business. We are on the correct. We're on the right side of the road. No pun intended.
Right. I'm trying to stay
But
there. I like it
but
there.
anyway, we've had a lot more fun, but we've also gotten a whole lot more serious. But for the right reasons, and you're going to hear more of that from us. So, excuse me. Hopefully you like it, and hopefully you like us. But if you don't, watch us anyway because we're
That's
entertaining.
okay. Right.
And just remember, love your country, love your God, go to
Love
church,
each other.
love each. That's where it all starts. We've gotten to the point in this country where we started to hate each other more than we love each other. And you don't got to love
Right.
everybody. Just be
No.
a human
Be
being.
a decent human.
Do the right thing once in a while. Help people. And again, I don't talk about the
Right.
job I'm in. Where I work with the public a lot, and I try to be as impactful on a positive way as I possibly can be every day. And I have people. You get to you have to get to a point in life, guys, where you do things because that's the way you are. And then when you get patted on the back or you get a kudo, you go, "What did I do?" And that happens a lot
Exactly. It just
because
becomes
I
a
was
part of
raised to do
you.
it the right way as you were raised, Ange, and as your sister was raised. We try to think we did the right thing. We didn't always do
Right.
the
And
right
we're
thing all the
human. I
time, but
make
we tried.
mistakes. Right.
God knows we do. But if you try, and that's what we got to do, and that's what we're going to be. That's the big push on this on our channel. Uh,
Right.
we're not always going to have the bad stories and the political beatdowns. There's good things that happen in this world that we'd like to relate to. There's positive things,
Exactly.
and
We're gonna bring in a lot of that good stuff too.
yeah, and that's what you need to hear because you want to watch bad, you can turn on news and watch it's on all day long.
Oh
People
yeah.
shooting up. We had some police officers in Pennsylvania killed. Three police officers killed. Others injured.
Mhm.
Just had another shooting this past week. I mean, there's plenty of evil out there, and we're not going to point fingers as other party does to us a lot of times.
Right.
We're not going to automatically point fingers. We made mention of this individual person, and in other cases where there seemed to be a common thread. But that common
Right.
thread
And
is not across the board.
when we have a video, in the future, we'll come up with, a couple of videos that we can go through and discuss stuff, but we're going to deep dive into the case that they're bringing against the suspect and what that entails and the evidence that they're collecting and that they're going to present in court so that everybody understands that when we say certain things about certain people, it's not without factual evidence behind it. We're not just
Right.
making assumptions or saying things out of anger. We are coming at it with facts. And
Right.
that's what journalism is supposed to be. And
Right.
that's the integrity that we're going to uphold on the channel.
Right.
We are going to get angry and we are going to, we're human.
Can't help
But
that.
we're not going to shy away from the truth.
But if there is a case where y'all think that we missed the mark on something, or we hit it too hard from one side or the other, again,
Right.
you're all going to figure out pretty quick if you're not already a subscriber what side of the fence we fall on. This is not. You ain't going to have to go get a
Yeah.
PhD to figure this out, folks.
Mm-mm.
It is what it is. Papa D and Angela are what we are. And the apple did not fall too far from the tree in my family. But
No.
everybody makes mistakes. Everyone can. Maybe we hit the lean button a little bit too far. Let us know.
Well, yeah.
Again, this is a rekindle of our channel that's been around for some time. And honestly, I'll speak for you, Ange, and if I think you feel the same way. This is dedicated to the memory of the man that rekindled an entire movement.
Right.
So we're going to try.
Absolutely.
We will never be a Charlie. We will never be an Erica. I'll never be anything like them. I'd love to be. I'll try to be as much as I can like them. I hope people listen to me and say, it would be great to have somebody say, yeah, I saw your episode the other day, Papa D, and you guys were awesome, and I went to church Sunday. I'd be like, dang.
Yeah.
Guess what? We served our purpose. Or maybe I don't want to go to church, but you guys sort of keep it real for me. Again,
Yeah.
I'm not a preacher. I'm not an educated
No,
preacher.
and we're never going to tell you to go to church. I mean, that's everybody's own individual journey.
I
and
hope you do. I mean, I
I
really
do
hope you
too.
do. And I hope that you find what you're looking for. At the very least, pick up that Bible. It's got dust on it. And look inside of it.
Yeah.
You know.
I got mine off the bookshelf that I got from my first communion
Mm-hmm.
that I've had since I can't even remember when. And,
Back
just
in the dark
sat it on the
ages.
table. Didn't even open it. Just had it on the table next to me, close to
Well,
me
the word is
when
in
that
there.
happened. Right. And, everybody's relationship with their religion is different. And,
Absolutely.
that's okay too. But if you
Who you pray
feel
to, pray to.
right, if you feel compelled, like something is you get this thought that just pops into your head of like, hey, maybe I should pray for this guy, or maybe I should pray for his family. Act on that. Don't shy away
Absolutely.
from that, because that's happening for a reason for you, and nothing bad is going to come out of praying for someone.
Not at all.
Nothing.
And you know
Nothing is
something?
ever going to come out of that other than good.
Other than good. And the thing about praying, guys, you don't have to have a formal, script and
No.
go to the church and follow this rule. Just we used to joke around about time to kneel, time to up, down, go to the left,
Oh
go to
yeah.
the left.
I used to have a joke with you, Dad, about I don't need to go to church. I'm just going to pray on the toilet.
I
That
mean,
was
yeah,
like, that was always our joke. And it's the
exactly.
truth.
But you are told that you can pray in your closet. I think, and I believe, again, paraphrasing, I'm not a preacher by occupation, but I think the people that pray to themselves, that don't pray only in public, are probably get more traction out of it. And you don't have to follow a script. All you got to do,
Right.
just talk in your own head. Have that discussion. There's nothing wrong with it. Nobody even know you're doing it. There's
Right.
apps you can get now. I think there's an app now you got to pay a monthly fee or something to pray. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
That's
You need to pay monthly a month. Oh, that's
no.
me, guys.
Oh, there he
So-
goes. There you are.
Yep.
Okay.
I went into the solar system for a minute. Had to go check Charlie out. You don't have to buy nothing. You don't have to
No.
pay nobody. If you go to a church and you want to give a contribution to the church to keep it operating, that's fine.
It's not
Don't let
mandatory.
anybody. It's not mandatory. And if you don't have it, I know people.
Don't.
I've talked to people, and it's really upsetting. Well, I can't go to church because I don't have anything. I don't have any money. I don't have anything to donate. Well, if you're going to a church that only wants you there when you pay a
You're
fee,
going to the wrong church.
what do you call that, Ange, when you go to a bar? Door fee?
A cover charge?
Cover charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to a church that requires a cover charge, you might be going to the wrong church.
I agree
Just saying.
because you know, it's like we were taught, Dad, you and I, okay? When Jesus was out there preaching, he didn't have a building to preach in or a
No.
sound system and a stage and a Bible
Stood on a
to
rock, stood in the
reference and
field, stood in the
yes,
sand pile,
wherever there was people, he was preaching the good word.
and
That's what it says in the Bible. That's what you do. You don't need to be in a building. You don't need, if you feel compelled to do so, by all means, honey, go to a church and be with your family. Bring your whole
yep.
family, bring your kids, okay? But if you can't go, because not everybody can go to church, you have young kids at home, you have medically
Hmm.
ill family members, old family members, just certain circumstances you can't always get to a building to praise God. Okay, that's fine. You can do it in your house. They have live streams. Watch it on TV. You can pray whenever you want 24 hours a day. God doesn't take a he doesn't take a vacation, you guys. So, he's always around, and if you need him, he will be there for you. He is
Absolutely.
always there for you and always will be there for you. So, that's what I hope you guys take away from today, if anything, is this is what Charlie would say to you. If even if you're on the fence and you're not sure if this is really what you're supposed to do, if you feel compelled, by all means, take that leap. Take it. It's okay. Like
Absolutely.
even
And it
if you
doesn't,
feel like you need permission, here's your permission. Go do it.
yeah, it doesn't take a lot other than the need or the ability to want to do it.
Hmm.
So, reach out and don't fear, as Charlie would say. Again, I keep revert back to the follower of Charlie.
Hey,
But
this is in dedication.
exactly, that's what this episode's about. But don't fear having a conversation with somebody. There are people you will want to go to church, you will want to investigate the possibilities of where you fall in this big world, in this universe.
Hmm.
And there'll be people that are going to say, be very negative about it. Why would you do that? Why would you? Well, then have it instead of. Whoop, my phone's just blowed me up.
God, is that you? He's
Oh
calling you, Dad.
yeah, I should have shut that off. Well, apparently
It's okay. It's
now
happened to me too in other videos. Trust me.
I have a
It's
sneaking suspicion that it is my my work.
oh, at this late. Oh well, yeah. I mean, I guess so.
I don't know. I have no idea. They need me that bad. They need to call me. Oh, they tried. Oops. I'll have to figure it
Whoops.
out. But yeah, don't be fearful of the opposition. Be careful.
Right. Be
Don't go looking
aware.
for a fight. Be aware. But somebody that may be countering you with respect to your newfound beliefs or your beliefs in general may be searching for what their beliefs are. I've had that
Hmm.
happen. What you see as confrontational is someone that's just lost,
Lost.
confused a
Hmm.
little bit, and you could be of service to them as well as yourself. So don't shy away from the conversations and the people that might be a little bit negative about the positivity that you're trying to bring. Uh,
Right.
don't look for a fight. Look to be an answer. That's all I've got.
Yeah.
So get out there and talk, folks. Treat each other decently.
Yes. Keep
Stop flipping
talking.
each other off on the interstate. Stop being
Oh, I don't know
a
if I
damn
could ever stop
fool.
doing that. I'm gonna
Well,
try.
we're
That's
gonna
gonna
we're
be
gonna
my New
work
Year's
on that.
resolution.
We're gonna
No
work
more
on that.
birds on the interstate.
No more birds. We got plenty
That's
of
what I'm gonna
birds down
try.
here in Florida,
January
God's country.
1st.
By the way, anybody, we had a lot of people moving down here to Florida. If y'all want to slow down now, we're getting full. So if y'all want to just take it easy, we know we're good,
Listen,
and we I mean, she's coming. This
you
one here's
know,
coming. She's
just if you want to plan your vacations, that's great. Do that. Have a grand old time with your family. Because I've been on several vacations so far to that great, glorious, wonderful state they call Florida, and it's amazing, and I
right.
love it.
It's a wonderful
Um,
place.
but you You don't have to move there just because your vacation was outstanding. Okay. That is just no. Leave some apartments for the rest of us and some homes and parking spaces at the grocery store. That'd be nice. That's my TED talk for today. Come back next week.
TED Talk for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey,
We'll have more on that later. Don't you worry. But yeah,
more coming your way.
I agree, Dad. I think, like you said, keep the conversation going, keep it positive, keep it informative.
Keep it
And
real.
if you
Keep it
feel compelled to
legit.
go to church, do it. If you
Right.
feel compelled to pray, do that too. If you feel compelled to just sit in silence of your grief and talk to God, but to yourself, act on that too. Let
Right.
us know how that's working for you, and don't forget to like and subscribe. That's all I got.
Absolutely. So, guys, we have bounced around a lot, but again, this was a episode mainly we wanted to go over the events of recent history, really praise Charlie for what he did in his
Yes.
short life, and then preach a little bit as to we are kind of rededicating, along with what our mission for this
Ourselves.
channel is. We're rededicating ourselves to uh, getting the truth out, getting information out about what's going on in the country, the politics of the country, and more importantly, continuing with what Charlie's dream was and what Charlie did. And we want you all to do the same thing.
Yep.
Don't forget to pray. Hug your kids.
Yeah. Hug all your
Hug your
family
wife.
members.
Hug your husband, because you
Mhm.
do not know if this is the
Yeah,
day or
you
not.
just don't.
We do not know the day and time at which we will
We're
be,
not meant to know.
and we will not, and we're better off not knowing. That's the way the rules work. So hug your kids, hug your family. Don't take anybody for granted. Uh, if you're thinking about coming back in and spending some time uh, in the building, in church,
Mhm.
or outside the building with the church that's in your head, do it.
Right.
Don't waste no time. Today's a good day.
Right.
So I think what we'll do at an hour and 46 minutes, we broke a record. But you know what? We said a lot of important stuff.
We did. We got through a lot of things tonight, and I
And
feel good about it. I feel like this was a good transition
was
back
was a good
into.
TED Talk.
Yeah. It's a we're having a we see, I'm telling you guys, it's a good time over here. It's a good time,
Yeah. You need to come visit
Stick
more
around a little
often.
bit. You
You
might
need to
learn a
come
little
visit more
bit. You
often.
never know.
You
Yeah.
might have to sit in front of the computer for 2 hours, but you're gonna get some entertainment and some
Get
bad
that
jokes.
snack before you sit down for our
Yep.
lives. That's all I
Pour
gotta
that
say.
cup of coffee before it's too late.
Right.
All
I've
right,
got mine
guys.
ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm due for another one. Um, with that, I think what we're going to do is we're going to cut it for the evening. I want to thank everyone again. Thank the subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. There's a lot of shows out there. Check
Subscribe.
them out. See what you think. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Watch the videos. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Talk to your kids. Let everybody know. We want to be a part of your family. Let you be a part of ours. So we'll say goodnight, Angie.
See you next time, guys. Keep praying.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming out this evening. Again, keep praying. God bless America. God
God bless
bless
America.
everybody that's
God bless
on the
Charlie
side
Kirk.
of right, and God bless Charlie. We miss you. Those of us that we never knew you, but we miss you. But we thank you for what you gave us, and we're going to try to keep the mission rolling. With that, have a good evening, guys, and hit the bell. You'll be notified when the next episode will be coming up. We're going to try to keep these on a somewhat regular schedule. So hit that bell so you will be notified. And have a
Yes.
great evening and a great rest of your
Bye.
weekend. Bye-bye now.